is Wayne, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about cruise control, or a fancier name is Distronic Plus, and this is basically your cruise control in a W222 2016 Mercedes Benz S550. I'm going to show you how to use the cruise control. It's not overly complicated, very simple to use. You must keep your safety in mind, and do not use it when the road is wet, when it's raining. Do not use it when there's snow on the ground. You want to be careful. It's meant as an aid and nothing more. You're still the driver, you're still in control, and let me show you how to use it, and let's get started. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is the cruise control, and let me zoom out. This is the cruise control lever, which is here, and of course you can turn it this way, you can also turn it that way. That is for you to set the distance for the car in front of you, whether 100, 200, 300 feet, mostly for highway speed. And if you're doing highway speed, you probably want to set it for 200 feet plus. So if the car in front of you brakes, then this car, if it gets within the vicinity, which is the 200 feet that you set, this car will also brake automatically. Very important. And of course, if we're going to go through a few things. So to activate the cruise control, there's a few things that you probably want to do, which is probably set the cruise control on the dash first, and then the second thing that you want to do is come back here, and if you want to activate or to increase the speed, you push up. If you want to activate the cruise control or reduce speed, push down. If you want to turn off cruise control, you push back, or you can put your foot on the brake to turn off the cruise control. And then to activate the speed, the last speed that you set, you go ahead and push it that way. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in there, sit in the car. I'll show you how to activate it on the dash, and then this is the second thing you're going to do once you're on the highway. I recommend to use this if you're on the road an hour and a half plus, or you have a long trip, and basically it relieves your foot that's on the gas constantly. You can go ahead and just relax. But very nice feature. And also, let me just re-emphasize, you don't want to use cruise control when it's raining. You don't want to use cruise control when there's snow on the ground, or anything that could prevent the car from stopping properly. You don't want the car to hydroplane. You don't want the car to skid or to slide on the road. Very important, very dangerous. And let's go ahead and get started. All right, so to activate cruise control, we're gonna go ahead and hit the home button on the steering wheel. We're gonna scroll all the way down until we hit assistant graphic. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hit OK, and we're gonna have this on the screen. And you remember the distance I was telling you how to adjust the distance from anywhere from 0 to 100, 200, 300 feet, which is the lever, which is, let me put my hand on it, we'll come here. This is the lever. Like, we can turn it this way, or we can turn it that way, and we'll do that while you're driving, so you can actually set the amount of distance. And if you go ahead and look closely, 0, 100, 200, and that's for the car in front of you. And so basically, if you're doing highway speed, if you're doing 50 plus, and you want the car, when the car in front of you hit the brakes, you want to also have this car hit the brakes, but you want to do it at a special distance. And for me, that distance is normally around the 200 mark, because you want to give this car time to slow down. If you're doing anything faster than 50, you probably want to adjust the speed maybe 250 feet, 300 feet in front of you. So when that car hit the brakes, then this car has time to hit the brakes and slow down and keep the distance that you set. There's actually going to be a horizontal line that goes across the road, and we're going to show you that. Let me just go ahead and zoom out, and then we'll go ahead and put the car on the road and show you how this feature works. If you look closely, there's a car directly in front of me, and that's because we're at a traffic light. And as that car move away, a perfect example is if you're doing highway speed, you want to set the speed or the distance a little bit above 200, 250, 300 close. So when that same car is in front of me hit the brakes, this car has time to hit the brakes and slow down and maintain the speed without getting into any kind of dangerous situation. So this is a perfect example of how to set the feet for your car. Let's go ahead. Alright, so that car is out of my vicinity. We already know how to increase the lever and decrease it by turning the lever forward. We're decreasing the amount of feet in front of us. By turning the lever back towards you, you're increasing it, and of course it's stopping at the 100, and that's because of the speed that I'm doing. If I was to speed up a little bit more, it'll allow me to adjust it a little bit higher, close to the 200 range, and that's because of the speed. So it is speed sensitive. All right, so we have driving close to highway speed. We can go ahead and push the cruise control lever up. Actually, we're gonna pull it towards us to basically tell us what's the current speed that we're doing. If I want to go a little bit faster, I'm gonna push the lever straight up vertically, and basically it's gonna increase the speed. And you notice the red indicator, which is close to the 50. If I want to reduce the speed, I'm gonna go ahead and push that cruise control lever straight down, and you notice the red lever is close to the 40 now, and that's how you increase and decrease the cruise control speed. The car is driving by itself. My foot is not on the brakes. It's actually slowing down at the speed that I set for it. And if I switch lanes and the car is immediately in where I set the threshold to, it's gonna immediately come to a stop. So right now, we'll see what happened. All right, so this is what New York City traffic is known for. It's traffic. So there's no place in the world you can go to where traffic is not a factor. So right now, cruise control is on, and I'm in a stop and go traffic. This is rush hour traffic. People are coming home from work. Car's actually slowing down by itself. My foot is not on the brakes, and it's basically matching the speed of the car in front of me, and also where I set the threshold for how close I want that car to. But I don't want to go ahead and change the threshold meter. I just want to leave it as just to show you an example of how it works. And right now the car is coming to a full stop, and as soon as that car in front of me picks up, guess what? This car will match as well. Now remember, if you push the cruise control lever forward, you're basically turning off cruise control, or if you hit your foot on the brakes, you're basically turning off cruise control, and that's how you deactivate the cruise control. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a lot. If this is your first time using the cruise control, my best recommendation is, if you're on the highway, make sure there's no cars in front of you. Set the threshold to 200 feet or 300 feet so you can get accustomed to it and know how the car reacts, and then enjoy it. Well, subscribe and like, and I'll talk to you soon.